because we had legal issues, now we are doing shipping. We have the most fun program there ever was in Shopify Meetup, but these are the most important parts every one of you has to solve. Well, for shipping, for those of you selling digital goods, that's not true, but for most of you, I guess it is. Let me start off by introducing myself. My name is Patrick. I'm one of the founders of Eshop-guide. I don't know if everybody already is familiar with the name. If not, you should be. We're an agency doing Shopify services here in Germany. And we are doing guides, for example, the stuff Perry was talking about. We have like a flat fee thing where we make your shop safe for German law. And well, we are not lawyers, but when you then go to trusted shops or anyone else who will check if it's legally binding or legally okay, compliant, they will say yes, and if not, you can come to us and we will do until it is. Shopify fanboy, yeah, that my girlfriend said that's a little weird, but as a Shopify partner, for example, what you get for Christmas is this. So this so so of course, when you get a thing like shipping, you think about, okay, how can I make this at least a little bit interesting? And so what I will do is I will try to talk as little as possible in the first part. So this is my part basically, and then the second part, best practices for Shopify merchants, Q&A. I saw there are a lot of merchants, so I'm kind of hoping that you share your experiences, maybe which services did you like, which services did you not like, which is what's working good for you and what is not, so that we kind of get a conversation going. 1 second, I need some to concentrate. Alright, first I'm going to talk really the 4 kinds of shipping for e-commerce, but let's first, for the sake of this presentation, this is my definition of shipping. So it begins when you accept an order. It may continue with returns, ideally not, but let's face it, usually there are some. And it ends when the customer receives the package and doesn't send it back, so no returns. So this is what we are talking about for the next 10 minutes. 4 options. Direct cloud third-party dropship. These are just small words. I will define each of them now. So first, direct. This is like the most vanilla kind of thing. This is what you would privately do when you ship a package. So you pack a package and you print a shipping label either digitally or in the DHL shop or wherever, or Hermes. And then you ship it, and I call it directly because you have a direct relationship with a shipping company like DHL or somebody else. We will go into detail of these later. Then the second one I named cloud, because instead of having a direct relationship with one shipping provider, you could also have an indirect relationship with 10 shipping providers. How does this work? There's an intermediary in the middle, like a cloud service, who has a direct contract with like a lot of shipping companies, and instead of buying the shipping process directly from DHL, for example, you would go to the cloud service who is specialized in catering small to medium e-commerce businesses. So when you go, I don't know what size your business is, but when you just start out and you go to DHL and you tell them, I'm going to ship 30 packages a month, they're not like, oh my god, I have to take so much care of him, or her. So this is the most merchant-friendly solution in the beginning at least. Then, third-party fulfillment, I think everybody has heard of that. This is when you don't have an internal warehouse, but an external warehouse that is managed by a third party, so by a service provider. The most prominent case of this is Amazon, fulfillment by Amazon. So the manufacturer would send the bulk load of the products to an external warehouse, and this warehouse will take care of the fulfillment. Fulfillment meaning taking the product out of the shelf, yes, thank you. And then packing it into the package, wrapping it nicely, putting it on the shipping label and send it out, and of course delivering tracking information. The fourth one isn't really a shipping option, but it kind of is. It's more like a business option, but I will still discuss it here. Dropshipping is very similar to third-party fulfillment. in terms of shipping, like from your perspective, but as a merchant, obviously you don't have the inventory risk, so it will only be produced when an order gets in. So it's also a third-party fulfillment thing, but you don't have inventory risk. We'll see it in a few minutes. Let's start with direct, with the most easy one. So I tried to make it a little more approachable by coming up with the personas. Yeah, Peter, exactly. So there's Peter, which is the client, not you, not the merchant, but the client, and he orders, and he sees your shop. Store Inc. is really creative, but still. So Store Inc., and then we have the shipping company. And these are the players in our little game now. So Peter orders anything in your store, and by this he is transmitting order information, most importantly address information, what product he did buy. Now you go and either automatically or manually you will give this shipping information to the shipping company in this direct case, right? So you would go to the DHL business management thing, or you would like actually write the shipping label if you're really small and you like handwriting. And this is how they get the order information. From this information, the shipping company creates a shipping label, which is then used in your warehouse. This little house beneath the house is your warehouse, and it's internal now in the direct process. So your warehouse gets the shipping label, it puts the shipping label on the package, and the package is sent out. But before, of course, tracking information is created. I don't know if you know, but when you create a shipping label, there's like a barcode on there, and with this barcode you can track the package. So tracking info is available in your store. At the same time, the package is sent out to Peter, but Peter doesn't have the tracking info yet, so you still need to actively send the tracking info. For those of you who are already using Shopify, you know that the tracking info will be part of the fulfillment email or the shipping confirmation email if you actually put it in there. So just may I ask, who is using this process in his business or her business? Cool, okay. Actually, like this is still the most popular thing because it's the most natural thing to do, because this is what we do privately when we send out a package. To, let's say, not necessarily optimize it, but to make it a little easier and get a more flow into the whole process. One could, the return label. I don't have my speaker on something. Yeah, and of course, if Peter needs a return label, he goes into the Shipping Inc., like the DHL management thing, and he could print a return label there. I don't know if anybody ever did print a return label at DHL. It just looks not nice. Probably not as nice as your shop does. That's the problem. Oh, and I still have this. So, I just summarized this for you. This is 100% customizable. So, for example, like food companies, like all our food clients, they do have this process because they need cool delivery, they need a very good relationship to their company. And so for this is a perfect process. Contra, working directly with a big company, it depends on the relationship manager you talk to, but sometimes they are not very interested in your success. And so I think it's best for large merchants with a warehouse who can hire people to do this manual process. Okay. Now, more interestingly, the cloud. So here, in this whole thing, the only thing that happens is that instead of one shipping company, you have 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so you might be wondering who are these cloud providers. We will get into this later. I just want to concentrate on the processes. So instead of going to the DHL Business Manager, you will go into this fancy cloud tool, which looks really nice, which is like has a dashboard similar to Shopify, and it's not DHL, so you know it's a little nicer. And there you can print your shipping label for each package. Yeah? For each package, it will automatically grab the shipping information, and then you have a choice of of shipping labels. You could do the DHL shipping label, or the GLS, or the DPD, and depending on location, weight, size, there will be the cheapest solution, a cheapest solution. And so you're not dependent on one big shipping company, you can always choose the best one. So this is personally my favorite if you have an internal warehouse. So yeah, so the pros, it's a super easy setup. Obviously they earn money with you, these service companies, so they will take good care of you. On the other hand, if you have a really exotic shipping case, like you ship a lot overseas and you have your customers need to pay duties and custom fees, and or like these food companies who have like frozen stuff they need to send, this is probably not the option you want to go with, because these cloud services, they are concentrated on doing the mass business, not the particular ones. So small and medium merchants with the vanilla process, this is what you would go for, and later we will talk about some of the options out there for this cloud service. Third party. So what changes here obviously is that the warehouse is outside of your shop, and now we will start the flow again. Peter is ordering, but now you need to send this order data instead of to a shipping company to this third party fulfillment partner. So you depend on a connection between your Shopify shop and the fulfillment partner. This is really important. So there are a lot of logistics companies out there who have been around for like 50 years. And when you tell them, okay, I will send you an email with the order data, and they will say, nah, we don't do emails, we just do fax. That's a real story. Just look further. There are different and newer companies out there, and we will talk about them as well. So, okay. You send ideally automatically the order data to the warehouse. And now I did it at the same time. The warehouse now, like a third party member, will take this information, will go into the shelf and take out the product, put it into a package. Ideally this package is still branded as your package. You know, if you use Amazon fulfillment, they won't do this. They will take the Amazon package, they will do the Amazon wrapping. They will even do the Amazon inlay, so they put in marketing information regarding Amazon and not your product, and it's expensive. So maybe Amazon is an easy way to get in, but not necessarily the best one to continue with. Doesn't matter. So the warehouse is doing the packaging and the tracking info, ideally directly to the client. Maybe they send it to you, like as an intermediary, and you will inform the client, but still, a good service provider should do this flow of information. And ideally this fulfillment company would also have a return portal where like the customer could log in and print the return label. If you're interested in that, some companies, some of my clients, they don't want readily made return labels because they know the amount of returns will rise when the return is really easy, so they make it not hard, but like not as easy as you could do it. So yeah, if you have a good partner, this is like the no-worry solution. Yeah, it's because the most tricky process usually, besides production obviously, is the shipping and the handling of packages and stuff, and it takes a lot of time, especially when you scale up. So this is really what you want to go with when you scale up your business and you don't want to hire a lot of warehousing people. Obviously, because it's easy for you, it will cost you money. There's always a downside. And you really have to watch out if it's possible for you to design the customer experience. I don't think you should, this is something you should easily ignore, because this is basically the only physical point of contact a lot of e-commerce businesses have. So the unwrapping experience doesn't need to be like Apple-like, but at least like a small giveaway or something is always nice. And some of the fulfillment companies don't offer that. So this is best for basically all merchants, small, medium, large, if you don't want to have an internal warehouse. And obviously you have to calculate, if you're just starting out, calculate what would be the warehouse cost compared to like the fulfillment service provider cost, and then you will know your answer. Yeah, dropship. Of course, dropship is a business option, as I said, but I will just discuss it within the shipping process. So what happens instead of a warehouse, we have a manufacturer. Yeah, so for you it doesn't really matter, like in the shipping process, if it's an external warehouse or an external manufacturer. The only thing that's important to know is that he or she, the manufacturer, is the owner of the package data, I always say. So he is responsible for informing you or the client about the tracking information. If you don't inform the client of the tracking information, you will have a very, very, very busy time educating your customers where the package is. This is like the most crucial part of this whole shipping process. Send the tracking info to the customer, if at all possible. Yes, Pro. Obviously no inventory. Less risky business model. This is not like a shipping consideration, but still. What I bet is when you find a supplier on Alibaba who says he does dropship or whatever, he will incorporate the costs for shipping and fulfillment into the product price, so you never really know what is production cost and what is fulfillment cost. This is very funny, I guess. So it's best for merchants who have strong or standardized, yeah, you think of t-shirt printing companies and stuff, relationship with the manufacturer. So, because if you go to like a Chinese factory who, I don't know, does often mittens and you say I need 3, they will not, this will not be a strong relationship, let's put it like that. Alright. This was my least favorite part of the presentation because it was really hard. Now, obviously I will share this as well. Which option would be best for you if you haven't decided yet? It's not very creative, this kind of diagram, but still. The first question obviously is, do you have an internal warehouse, or is it at all possible for you? If yes, the next question would be, do you have a kind of standard process? So do you sell frozen stuff? Do you need same-day delivery? Do you need like some exotic kind of delivery? If you understand the process, go to the cloud provider. I think it's the easiest one. Usually you don't have any setup cost and you're only transaction based. This is usually the best thing. If not, you kind of have to go to DHA directly, which is, I mean, obviously, or Hermes or DPD or whoever. You can be lucky and get a good relationship manager who know when they invest in you now, they might profit later. But how it is, if you work with huge companies as a small company, there might be some friction. If you don't have an internal warehouse, you need to ask yourself, does the manufacturer fulfill my products as well? If yes, that's a classic case for dropshipping. If no, third-party fulfillment. Now, where is all the information that you really need? First, before we continue, so I know how many do direct. Does anybody already use a cloud provider? Yes, okay, cool. Dropshippers? I bet. Yes, cool. Right. And third-party fulfillment? It's pretty even thing. The direct is still leading, but the rest is pretty even. Okay. This was a good way to introduce to you the second part, because now, you see, I'm just asking questions. So I kind of want you to enlighten me about what you do or think about, for example, in this case, shipping costs. So I didn't talk about that. That's obviously a big thing for shipping considerations. You could do free shipping, you could do flat fee shipping, you could do a very specific shipping case. So if the package is more than 1 kilo and goes to Austria, it will be €4. If it's more than 1 kilo, 0.5, it will go to, it will cost €5. So may I ask, who is doing a free shipping thing, like at a threshold? Okay, yeah, that's a lot. I mean, this is a big psychological anchor. So afterwards, I will share like a little cheat sheet where I will I love this word, where I will share some considerations about like shipping costs and stuff like that. You can download it obviously, and then you have all the information in one place. who thinks that free shipping is not possible for their kind of business? And if I may ask, maybe you can give some info why you decided not to do that? I mean, I saw that some of you don't offer free shipping. Is somebody willing to Yes, please.
So we're still not there, so we're not really actually shipping, but our problem is huge weights and localized delivery.
Okay, okay.
Several dropshippers use weights.
That's always a big point, like big weights, so high shipping costs, or low product costs, so relatively high shipping costs. Then it's often impossible for the client, for the merchant to offer free shipping. There is an interesting article in the Shopify Plus blog which discusses exactly this thing. So you might think, okay, Shopify Plus, for those who don't know, this is like the enterprise solution of Shopify. And there they make the argument that when you kind of have an existing business, so along the way, you will look at the median of the average order. So if the median of your average order is 18 bucks, you will set the free shipping threshold at 19 bucks. So, and then you will see if this works. And this is how you maximize your profit with this. Because usually, and I bet 70% of you did it, it's very, very random how you decide on shipping costs. So you might just use, okay, DHL gave you like a cost sheet and you just put it in there, and it's a one-on-one thing. But I urge you really to, once you have some information, look at your order history, because free shipping is not, for a client, and from a client perspective, 15 euros plus 5 euro shipping is not the same as 20 euros product cost plus 0 shipping. It's tested, it has been A/B tested everywhere. This is like a concept that works everywhere. So if at all possible, calculate a free shipping threshold, maybe even 400, 500 euros if at all possible, if your order values are that high. We did it for some clients of us, and it's like a cheap win. So they had like 15 euros free shipping, now they have 19, and the median of average order value obviously goes up, because the people like to, I mean, why pay 5 euro for shipping if you can pay 5 euro for an additional product? And this is, and the 5 euro is what you are making, not DHL. I still had another smart question. Does somebody have any questions about shipping costs? So it's maybe somebody's founding and now they're thinking about, well, how should I do the shipping costs? No? Okay, you can ask me afterwards, or like anyone. The next thing, service providers. Okay, we talked about this a little bit. So for those who use the cloud service, what are you using? What service provider? ShipCloud, SendCloud.
SendCloud, no, ShipCloud.
Anybody
Shippo.
who does use something else than SendCloud or ShipCloud?
Shippo.
Shippo, cool, okay. So yeah, basically these are the three that are out there. Because all of them have a very, very similar business model. If you consider using a cloud service, so what I like to do because as a service provider, I also work with other service providers, so I just make a request. And the first thing that tells me if they are good is how fast do they answer this request. There will be some, maybe they answer after 2 days. If, as a Shopify merchant, I don't know what your usual response time is, but would you answer a client after 2 days who hasn't bought it? Obviously not. So this is the first thing. The second thing is, do they offer like a phone number? Often they don't, because they don't want to deal with this, but I mean, they're service providers, so, and you are the clients, make sure you can reach them, because shipping, if something goes bad and there's like one client, and imagine he's like an influencer and this is really important shipping, and this is effed up, then it's really bad for your business. So you want to have like a reliable partner. For those who do use a cloud service, do you have an idea how much you pay compared to a direct relationship with a service with DHL or Hermes, for example? Did anybody ever compare this?
Well, it's kind of like I have a direct relationship, I have a direct contract, but I also pay the cloud service monthly fee.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Huh?
I pay them both.
Okay, okay. But did you? I'm curious. Maybe you can do it later. If you look at for example, the service provider price, the cloud provider price, compared to the service provider price for the same kind of contract, because sometimes it really depends on your business and on your size. But what like SendCloud, ShipCloud, Shippo, what they do is they buy like 1 million packages from DHL per month. So, which is like really a lot for like one single merchant, but just a little tiny bit for like 100, 1,000, 100,000 would be a little much, like 5,000 merchants. So what they do is they get these really good prices and they resell you the prices. It depends really on your business. Like if you are like a larger business and you have a good contract with DHL, and you tell them, hey, with ShipCloud or SendCloud or Shippo, I get like this fee. I bet they talk to you about it. But this is really interesting. So sometimes using the cloud provider might even prove cheaper than using the direct relationship. So it's a win-win for you, like actually for you, win price in pricing terms and a win in service terms. But that's again really individual. Because I'm curious, I'm always flaming about DHL. Who is using a direct relationship with the service provider and is really, really happy about it? Because I know there are some merchants. FedEx and? DHL, yeah. I mean, as I said, you need to have the good relationship manager. But for example, because DHL, I kind of know what is about FedEx that you like with them?
Everything works perfectly. They deliver within 2 days to the US for a reasonable price. So
nice. Okay. Yeah, this is really a kind of thing. Like for example, this US shipping. I know that SendCloud and ShipCloud. I'm not sure about Shippo, but because there's a lot of duties involved and cross-border shipping and stuff. Sometimes it's a little hard for them to process it efficiently. So it might, in this case, prove very valuable to have like at least one direct relationship with the shipping provider who does like the shipping, the exotic shipping process you have the most beside the vanilla cases. So FedEx, yeah, I didn't heard this one. This is really interesting for, I guess, from a German perspective. I didn't know. I didn't hear that. But for how much? Yeah, this is the for how much thing. This is also like for the third-party fulfillment. Who is using this? Okay, I mean, if you can share this, do you know of the profit margin, how much you pay relatively per shipping for the fulfillment?
It's like €3 or something, Zen fulfillment. We use Zen fulfillment.
Zen fulfillment, yeah, okay.
I'm not sure right now about the exact price, but I think it was like around €3.
Okay. Per package?
Including handling and...
including shipping as well?
Like small bag. I mean, I don't know, we ship small bags, so...
That's here.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
What he said.
Sorry, €3 for a small bag, shipping, handling, everything.
Around that, yeah.
Zen Fulfillment is a service provider, and the cheat sheet you can download afterwards. Zen Fulfillment is also in there. Because third-party fulfillment, the founder of them, it's a young guy. He's like kind of in the spirit of Shopify as well. So you can directly see at the website when you browse for a third-party fulfillment provider if they are like 30 years ago or in the future, and you want to use somebody who's in the future. Zen Fulfillment is doing some exciting stuff. We don't have a working relationship with them or anything, but I really like their concept. Because I'm just saying, Zen Fulfillment now you are using somebody else?
Yeah, we have fulfillment center in Austria.
Mm-hmm.
Similar prices.
Okay.
3.5 euros, so it's relatively small. But we have a bit of a problem. So we ship within the EU, but then like shipping prices for Portugal, Greece, or like Norway, like these like marginal countries, shipping prices go like drastically high. And then that's one of the things we're currently trying to solve.
Okay. So just to summarize, that's also the same pricing, 350. Like how did you find them?
Over our investor relationships.
Okay, so over like a personal relationship basically, or professional relationship. And you were just mentioning that on the peripheral EU countries like Greece, Norway, the prices go really up for shipping. So that's why it's always nice if your shipping provider has like also a reporting where you can see which countries cost you a lot of money and maybe don't even make you money. So yeah, this is a lot of business decisions you need to make along the way. Service providers will be mentioned on the cheat sheet. I will just go further. Do I still have time now?
Yeah.
Okay. It's taking longer than I expected. Packaging. But that's because I drank a beer. Packaging. Why and how? Who's doing branded packaging? Like really fancy, put really a lot of work and a lot of, I don't know. I see somebody back there. Okay, cool. As well. So, and there as well. Do you think it's worth it? So it's probably cost you some money and yeah, I see head nodding. Okay. So yeah, it really depends on your product. I think if this is relevant, branded packaging. It tends to be much more expensive, especially in small amounts. So once you're a big company, and it will get cheaper. But like when you just start out, just think about where is the value in my product. Do I sell like a gadget which proves valuable every time I use it? So the client is every time he uses it reminded that it's a valuable gadget. Or am I selling, like as a dropshipper, the 100s, like printful shirt, and the value of this additional t-shirt in my closet is marginal compared to the other t-shirts in my closet? Then maybe it's really important that the client puts emotion into your product early on, because it's just a t-shirt. I mean, I don't want to demise it, but like this is what fashion is about. It's about the brand. And when you have a product that is about the brand, branded packaging is a really, really powerful way to go about it, because as I said, this is often the only physical point of contact the client has with your brand. And think about if you would be a client of your brand, would you like the unpacking experience? Is it important to you? Like if it's just like a gadget you would use all the time, maybe not. If it's a t-shirt that you know is overpriced but you think the print is funny, then you would probably appreciate if the merchant puts some effort in this whole packaging thing. Because branded packaging is such a intransparent thing often. Can you share your providers? Do you order it at a scalable provider like, I don't know, packages.com or something? Because I'm not so much into that.
Well, I work with Eshop-guide.
Eshop-guide?
Yeah, but my products are like around 200
euros.
So it's all starts with the experience. If you order something like this, you want to have the experience when you unpack it. If you then just ship it like, in a normal box and everything, it's not really believable to the customer.
Yeah, especially if you have big price. Okay, so you should just confirm that because you are having expensive product, that for you it's very important to have branded packaging, because the client would maybe feel ripped off if you buy like a 300 euro product and it's like a grey recycled package, it's the cheapest one out there. You'll probably think, I don't like it. For the others of packaging, is there something you want to share that's really valuable? For example, what do you put into the package besides the product that really helps your business? Has anybody ever put some concrete thought into that and had discount codes, samples? Did anybody ever try that? Thank you notes. Do you handwrite them? Sometimes, nice. Yeah, that's a classic and a really, really, really strong one.
I got so much good response from my customers. I can get emails sometimes that the packaging is so nice and Yeah, because they really feel like value that way.
Okay, so thank you notes, because the client would really feel valued. Of course he would. I mean, he feels like he's an anonymous person, but I mean, we are all normal people and we like to be appreciated by other people. So this is how you do it. Did anybody ever try a physical inlay, like with the discount code or something like that? Yeah? Did it prove? No? Yes? Okay, I see it. So this is also in the physical world. You can also do A/B testing, even easier because you don't need Optimizely or whatever you're using. So because I guess it's really cheap to print a flyer. If you have a possibility to do this in a consistent way, try it. It might, because it's all about the recurring value and the customer lifetime value. This is where you would go about it. As the last one, I put dropshipping in here because I thought maybe, because we get like 4 requests today of people who ask me, okay, how do I set up a business as a German selling Alibaba to America? And I thought maybe somebody is here, because I'm really curious on how this will work. Maybe somebody is here who already does this, or who already has like a smooth dropshipping business, who could share some wisdom, because this is really like a really interesting thing. And usually on Facebook, obviously all you see is, I can show you how you make 80,000 bucks a week with this little trick. I don't trust these people obviously, so I would love to hear like a real story about what is going on, and if somebody has very good experience with that and how you went about it. But in Berlin, everybody is too cool for dropshipping, I guess. You're all creative, yes, I see. But is somebody doing like a t-shirt print business or something like that, or like a print business? No? Okay, I will keep asking this question on other meetups, so I will see. So, yeah, I left the thing open, the golden ticket, because I don't know if it's a golden ticket. Often it is, for some people, or at least it seems. Because I just saw I'm talking too much and I need to wrap it up. I'm going to give you now this, because I saw you making pictures of the other side. You can use the QR code, or obviously I will share with Emma the presentation and then you can download it afterwards. And what this is, it's a post where I collected all the relevant information regarding shipping and service providers and other ones. So, and feel free to comment beneath it, because it's on the URL, it's on our website, because I don't know everything, obviously, and this would really help me out. Yeah, because I did this QR code like an hour ago, I forgot to make like farewell slide. So thank you very much for your attention.